G'day guys, welcome to a 1v1 on Tramway, and we have Dandy on the Japanese team from Australia up against Sunbeam on the Soviet team from Canada, and we have a special guest once again here, Mr. Handzy. Say hello.
Yes, g'day everyone. I will be spectating from Sunbeam's side. He's playing as the Soviet Union. He has gone with an assault squad, a rifleman and an SMG soldier, also a third rifleman and another SMG soldier to round out his starting buys. What about his Dandy?
Dandy has got a regular squad, and he has put his MG guy on the western point and a few riflemen to build some sandbags, and in the center he sent the rest of them. So he's got 5 in the center. In my opinion, the MG should probably go onto the middle point where he can actually pin down troops and attack. How about Sunbeam? How's his positioning?
Sunbeam's positioning is good. He's getting the main areas of cover. He's moving around looking for opportunities to grenade. There's a nice grenade there from Dandy, which will get that assault squad leader. Yes, he will. So that's a very, very big kill early on, getting that assault squad leader down. He has 4 AP grenades and I think 2 anti-tank grenades, but I can see Dandy really getting in the face of Sunbeam here and starting to throw some grenades. There's a lot of grenades going off right now. There's 3 on the screen at the moment. The eastern flag is all Sunbeams and the western flag is currently all Dandies. Has there been any other buys from the Dandies Japanese?
He has just bought a single SMG, so nothing else. So he does have a bit of MP up his sleeve, perhaps maybe saving for the cheap Hargo at 160 MP. But nice grenading here from Dandy. Just misses the grenade of that kettle bomb. Japanese has a special unique grenade. Actually, no, it's from the squad leader. Only the rifleman has that special big grenade bomb. As now Sunbeam is capping the center, and Dandy is kind of just reinforcing the positions around the center, putting his units around cover. So probably waiting for some unit to attack, but he's just bought a elite marksman squad. Indeed, this unit. Just want to comment on the elite marksman for the Japanese. Going to be very, very decently priced and dispatched at 115 MP, and with the marksman, not marksman, the stamina improvements, I think they're going to be quite OP.
Yeah, no, definitely. As you said, the stamina improvement means it can get to the middle at the same time as a Jeep, which I don't know about you, but I don't think I can run as fast as a Jeep, or I don't think an elite soldier can run as fast as a Jeep. But, oh well, Sunbeam has also brought red guns to the field. They're a handy addition, I guess, to counter the SNLF, or the SNLF, that Dandy has also bought, but I don't know, we'll see. He's moving the red guns into decent positions. He's got 2 of them behind a lot of cover. He's got 1 in the middle, and he's also sending 1 to the right-hand side. There's no action on the east or west. It looks like this is just going to be a middle-focused game. Indeed. Interesting bias on both players, choosing to play a bit of a shootout. Elite marksman, obviously very good at shooting, and at 130 MP right now for the Japanese. But really, I think it probably might be a better idea to say for Hargo, just 30 more MP and you get a tank which can shoot an MG and shoot its HE shells at everything. And right now the elite marksman can probably just shoot down the troops, but it'll take maybe a good 5-10 minutes to really kill everything. nice grenade on that red guard there from Dandy. As Sunbeam coming up, that was big. Sunbeam hasn't come up with anything big, but as I was watching that, as you were talking, Dandy threw an AT mine which was shot out of the air by his own SNLF soldier. Yeah, it actually got shot out of the air by his own SNLF soldier.
You said an AT. So did you say an AT mine or did you say AP grenade?
AT grenade, sorry. So it was an anti-tank grenade. Yeah, it actually got shot out of the air.
And it killed one of Sunbeam's troops. Impressive.
Yeah, it killed. It killed. I think it exploded in midair. It didn't kill anyone, but I think I can hear a Hargo from Dandy.
It is. It's approaching the center. It's playing quite safe, just hanging back around the stone wall or the brick walls. It's really needing to push forward, and it is starting to push forward now. He's in direct control. I can see his little avatar at the top, and he does need to make quick usage of this because anything can come out for a counter, especially in AT rifle. It's got piss weak armor, but it is pretty much a tank for the price of a half track, and I think it's one of the best units in the game to economically wise. As we see a T60 coming from Sunbeam, what do you think the chances are for that T60 taking out the Hargo?
Well, the T60, as you said, the Hargo has very paper thin armor, and he can shoot through the tram there. So I would expect that he's going to be able to kill it, but Dandy is jockeying behind that, behind the tram very well. But it looks like the angle that the Hargo's gun is actually higher than the T60's gun, so the Hargo can shoot down through the tram, yet the T60 cannot shoot up through the tram, which is probably fair enough considering it's a very, very low-profile tank. But the Hargo looks like Dandy's going to try and seize the initiative here, and he gets it. Very, very well played there by Dandy. Very lucky. I think he got Sunbeam whilst he was reloading. Dandy waited for that reload, and Hull destroys it. Very good battlefield awareness there. There is a partisan squad also out from Sunbeam, and he's additionally bought shock infantry and another regular squad, I believe, in the back. So has Dandy got anything else?
He's coming up with an assault squad here, just charging into the center with the spore of the Hargo. He knows now that Sunbeam doesn't have a T60 or any sort of vehicle to counter this Hargo. Now he's pushing up. This is what you should do definitely once you've taken out one of the important units of the enemies. You know that he's weak, and this is the time to attack. And now he's assaulting really strong down the center. He hasn't actually bought a special point unit, the one pointer, so no kamikazes, no SSD yet, perhaps waiting just for the homeland, which is out in 50 seconds ago. I think maybe what Sunbeam needs right now is a charge and maybe even a PKP of some sort to take out that Hargo.
Yeah, the charge does come out in 35 seconds. In a game earlier today, I watched between Mr. Pringles and, Simmers, actually, and Sunbeam. He was very, very instant on the charge. He was very instant and sent them all to one point. Now, this has obviously cons and pros, as in if you send a whole squad of charge to a point, you can easily overwhelm, but also it negates the effect of the charge because it's not spread over a large area. But it did work very well, so I'm expecting to see the charge in the next 8 seconds from Sunbeam. I can see an assault squad there from Dandy trying to counter the push that's currently occurring on the western flag, and it looks like Dandy's assaulting the eastern flag as well.
Wow, indeed, on the western point we see Sunbeam actually capping that from him, so both of them assaulting each other's spawn flag, which is quite interesting. I think, though, Dandy will be able to hold his back flag here because he does have an MG behind cover, definitely. And on the right side, B11 coming, good call, as the Hargo is running away. I'd say the Hargo is probably a better buy versus the BA11 because the BA11 costs 220 MP, and it's really anyone's game. It's a 50-50 play as we see the Hargo coming up. This is the first shot, BA11 tries to take it out, and a nice shot from Dandy once again, bang, it's gone. So really losing all the main battles here, and Dandy can now really step up and move up to the eastern flag without any interference, and should be able to cap and do a 3 cap very shortly.
Yeah, I believe that Sunbeam probably should have waited for either the cheap T-34-76 at 350 MP or even the 400 MP one. The cheap one, the 350 MP one, I've noticed, is a very, very good buy against the Japanese. It can hold its own all the way up to the Chi-Nu, and you have to just get lucky because the Chi-Nu's armor isn't the strongest. But, yeah, no, I believe he probably should have waited for the T-34, made the wrong call, but he did need something instantly. Maybe even a T-70 would have been able to do it, that lower profile, a little bit like the Hargo. Would have been a little bit more handy. Sunbeam trying to use the shock infantry flamethrower here. He's going to sneak up behind the sandbag line, and he's going to try, and he does get it off. He only gets... No, he does get them both, so that was very well played there, but it was taken out, unfortunately, before he could do any more damage. The eastern point is uncapped. The middle is firmly in the hands of Dandy, and the western point is currently uncapped as well. Is there anything else moving around in those back lines besides the Hargo?
Yes, and the left soldiers are coming up to the western point now and should be able to easily capture that with their superior accuracy, whilst on the eastern point, Dandy is sneaking one guy into the flag now, but doesn't have any other infantry other than this one person. I can see the bushes rustling in the background. I think a full squad is coming from Sunbeam as a flame is coming to the distance. I can't actually see the person doing the flame. It looks quite funny.
And he's burned himself.
It's like a ghost. Sunbeam has burned himself. And there he goes. And we see a full charge unit. Oh, that's a juicy grenade spot right there. As you can see them just lingering behind that tramway.
Really bad use of the charge.
And the yes and left soldiers are just mowing them right down.
Yeah, it's really bad use of the charge. I was kind of hoping he'd do a little bit better as that HE shell's just taken out at least 4 or 5 guys. He's spread it out so well against Simmers, but yet has struggled here against Andy. I guess because it's so enclosed, he gets trapped in certain places. He should have used the sandbags that are more south, to the north, actually, looking at the map, to the lower side, from my point of view. But he is doing some very good work on the western flag, capping it back. He's got Marines over there doing the job against the SNLF soldiers. He's also capping the eastern flag. It's 0-15. Dandy does lead. He only needs 35 more points, while Sunbeam has yet to register a score. Is there anything else, or is Dandy sticking with the Hargo?
No, he must have a lot of MP up his sleeve right now because he hasn't lost a thing. let's see the score points here. He's lost 0 vehicles, and look at the kill counts of the infantry. Pretty much a 3-to-1 ratio.
Wow.
As Sunbeam has been charging the western point. He's doing a good job pressuring, but I think it's very suicidal as the MG is behind a sandbag. You definitely don't want to be attacking an area with the MG behind a sandbag without taking out that MG first. As Hago, he is filling the gaps very nicely, as possibly a grenade here from the shock trooper. Takes beautiful. It. Nice grenade behind that wall over there from Sunbeam. Is anything else coming from Sunbeam?
No, there isn't. Oh, actually, as I said, no, there isn't. He has just bought a T-34-76, the 400 MP version, so I believe that probably should have been his buy instead of the BA-11. He could have just held back and maybe bought an AT rifle, only spent 60 MP, and just waited for the Hago to present itself with an opportunity. The eastern point is currently being taken by Sunbeam, but the western point is just, I don't know, it feels as though the assault over here is just really not going to come to anything. Sunbeam just keeps decapping the point, but he really is struggling to capitalise when he does have the upper hand over there. The T-34-76 is sitting in the backfield. The Partisan is moving around a little bit. Anything else going on from Dandy?
Not at this stage. No vehicle replacement from that Hago that perished. He's pretty much just gone infantry. He's got another assault squad coming to the eastern point now, as that T-34 should be able to hold it quite well, as maybe he can come down to the centre with that T-34 and push Dandy out, because Dandy doesn't have any sort of vehicle, and I doubt he has any CP for any vehicles, because I can see possibly around 4 squads on the field, and that pretty much equals 100 CP for Dandy, but some of them... So, I'm just going to say, yeah, he does have the SLS soldiers, unlucky. Which is still alive. I think Sunbeam hasn't noticed, and unfortunately goes the T-34-76. So really not using the vehicles too good. I'd like to comment on that previous buy from Sunbeam. The T-60 was actually a great buy versus the Hago because of the rate of fire, and it can pretty much take out the Hago at max range. But it's very unique. I didn't actually know this myself, where Tramway and trams are actually, the windows are too high for the T6 to aim over. So it's quite unfortunate for Sunbeam.
Yeah, it was pretty unlucky there. I thought he was going to be safe, but as they were shooting, I noticed that the Hago had the ability to shoot through the windows, whereas the T-60 just couldn't. It was just hitting the lower side. It could shoot through the windows if it shot up, but the Hago isn't up, it's on the floor, so I was a little bit unlucky there. The eastern point is firmly in the grips, firmly in the grasp, maybe, but it's not actually. I thought it was firm, but he does not have as many troops here as I thought. He's just brought a marksman squad, Sunbeam, along with his partisans. He's going to want to move on the middle or the western flag once again very, very shortly, because he's 30-0, 20 points left for Dandy, all 50 to go for Sunbeam. What else is Dandy doing?
He's just bought a mortar, the 150mm, and this is going to spell destruction for Mr. Sunbeam, as, yeah, pretty much on a map like Tramway, where there is so much cover, so many trams to block any sort of HE shells that will kill that 150mm. One explosion from that can take out an entire charge unit, as we also see another buy from Dandy of the 20mm AA gun. He's in for the infantry killing business right now.
Well, as the 20mm came up, the BA-11 from Sunbeam came up, and that 20mm is going to easily be able to kill the BA-11. I believe he's been watching too much of you, Strat, as I know you are a fan of buying the BA-11 quite early with the Soviets, but maybe not 12.5 minutes into the game. I would not recommend the BA-11 shoe car, or the bigger type of shoe car. The BA-64 is definitely the little shoe. It's 35, he only needs 15 more points, Dandy. There's really not too much action going on, but the BA-11 is probably going to meet its demise here, and there you go, he takes out a partisan along with it. He just bought a rifleman. I thought that might have been a sniper or something like that, but no, it's 37-0, and I think it's going to be pretty uniform for Dandy here, as I don't see Sunbeam getting back into this one.
No, the only thing I can think of is him getting a T-70, taking out that 20mm, then somehow killing everything on the way and running over that 150mm mortar. Otherwise, just infantry alone, he's got no chance right now. I just want to comment on that BA-10 shoe car buy. Basically, I usually just buy that when I want to counter the 2-2 or looks very early, because it's quite cheap and it can kill those units at max range if you use it properly, but if you miss the first shot, you're pretty much down. And what a direct hit on that Jeep. That was a miracle.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, he's just bought a BS3 as well, Sunbeam. I think he's just kind of thrown in the towel as the BS3 goes down. I would have suggested the radio operator, maybe not exactly the BS3, but because the radio operator could get that 20mm before it got out of range, and could definitely get the Definitely could have got the mortar in the background before that got out of range as well, but it's 42-0. 8 points required for Dandy, and I think Sunbeam is going to be going home without a victory in this one.
Indeed. The BS3 definitely not a good choice when you have the 150mm mortar on the field, and also sending it to the center, which it doesn't have any line of view. It will have to hit multiple trams before you hit anything. So it's actually a decent buy on some games where you are fighting a big enemy tank like a veteran Tiger, putting it down the tramway to defend your home flag or to attack the other person's home flag. It's actually probably a good bet to put it on the enemy spawn flag, so when the enemy spawns a unit, it has a shot at it. As we see, oh wow, T60 just got taken out by an anti-grenade. No luck at vehicles at all. 8-1. Look at the kill ratios here.
Yeah, it's definitely creeping up to 2-1. He's lost 97 infantry for only 46 kills. That's a rate that cannot be sustained, and he's also lost 8 vehicles and only killed 1. So you can't really go at an 8-1 ratio. I wonder if that guard sniper vehicle dying counted as a kill, because that would have been pretty cool.
I just saw a guard sniper die, and I don't think he's bought 2 guard snipers, has he? And
I know he didn't. The guard sniper truck does come with 2, but I think one of them died in the explosion and one of them lived.
He must have
I
exited
really don't
early
because
I'm pretty sure he just drove up his Jeep and he got hit instantly. He must have taken out the element spawn.
He definitely took out the other one at spawn, but Dandy only requires 2 more points. This one's just ticking up, but Sunbeam has recapped the center, or is starting to recap the center.
Wow.
He's going to prolong the events of this game just a little bit longer. That 150mm mortar will probably finish off anyone who's trying to cap the inside, but he's doing some good micromanagement here as Sunbeam. He's taking out some troops with grenades. He's doing the right things, but unfortunately it's 48 points too late, as the 20mm has moved over towards the eastern flag and has taken out the BA-64, the little shoe car, which is definitely not going to be able to stand up to the 20mm, and the mortar also getting a bit of main gun damage action on it as well. Sunbeam is halfway towards capping the center. Has Dandy got anything moving on the middle?
No, he doesn't really need anything else but to actually cap the center, in fact. He does have a assault squad coming up to capture it back. With that mortar pounding away, you can see how much losses Sunbeam is taking, and yeah, there's really no chances. GG 49 now, and it's pretty much a good game.
And there's the 50.